evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I am your chairperson, Samuel Bellamy, newly elected chair, by the way. Before we get started, you guys would please appease me in a round of applause from Sharon Reed. Sharon has been chairing this thing since she finally decided that enough was enough. Enough was enough. So we want to thank her for her service as we get started with the next order. All right. I'm joined to my right by Vice Chairperson Charles Monteith. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys tonight. All right. So first order of business, we want to approve the minutes. Does anyone have any corrections or any adjustments to the minutes? All those opposed? Aye. All those opposed? Minutes as written. We have a UPO update from staff.
All right. So in April, we worked extensively to get ourselves up to speed and really establish a number of things. We the website for the UDO, which for those of you in the audience who don't know what that is, that's a Unified Development Ordinance. The city's intent is to completely rewrite our zoning ordinance and replace it with a new modern document that will hopefully serve the city well. In-person public launch, if you didn't see the handout and the flyer out on the table, it's Tuesday, June 2nd. We're starting at 6 p.m. at the North Charleston Athletic Center. We are also going to have a virtual public meeting the following week on the 9th on Zoom to try to accommodate those who aren't able to make it in person. We will send an email with these meeting dates later in the week to planning commission members. We hope that you all will show up, and we're trying to get as much public input as possible so that we can get the best product out of this process. So please, on your way out, grab a flyer and check us out. Our website is up and open for people to surf on. It's onenorthcharleston.com. There's a lot of really good information on there as to what zoning and subdivision regulations are and other various things along those lines. So it gives you an opportunity to educate yourself. You can also sign up for our email list so that you can get updates via email and other information. That's where all of our public information will be going as well as we kick off that public engagement process. So getting started here in June, early next month, and we look forward to seeing everybody or as many people as possible for that process. I can take questions if you have.
Any questions from the commissioners?
No. If we have time.
Anyone in the audience have any questions?
Absolutely. Great.
Just a quick update on the rezoning public hearings. If you are here for 8710 Dorchester Road, that item was withdrawn, so we will not be discussing that tonight. 8710 Dorchester Road. On the outside, we did have a couple of sign-up sheets. These are public hearings. If you have not had a chance to sign up to speak, you still have an opportunity to do so. If you have not signed up already, call your name. We do request that you keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. If the person in front of you already conveyed kind of the same thoughts and sentiments, you don't necessarily them, you can just say this is the future. Pretty smoothly. Either way. Sound good? Quiet bunch, man. Okay, the first item on the agenda, 7890 Dorchester Road. Staff report.
So this is a proposed rezoning the property address of 7890 Dorchester Road, Charleston County TMS number 39700000245 from B1 Limited Business to B2 General Business in Council District 1. The property can be seen here highlighted in blue on the map on Dorchester Road at Bluff Road. It's currently a developed lot. You can see the zoning here. The light blue represents B1 limited business zoning. The red represents B2 general business zoning. The orange is R2 multifamily residential. Subject property is designated as suburban residential within the mixed-use corridor of Dorchester Road. The suburban residential designation is applied to areas such as this, where the city intends to sustain lower density neighborhoods. Appropriate land uses include single-family residential housing, manufactured homes, open space, civic and recreation facilities, and mixed uses, depending on the surrounding uses. The mixed-use corridor designation is intended to provide for commercial, retail, office, and higher density housing adjacent to principal transportation corridors such as Dorchester Road. These areas are intended to promote the development of mixed uses that will enhance access to a wider range of services for nearby neighborhoods. Again, see property highlighted here in blue, and the crosshatch represents the mixed-use corridor of Dorchester Road. There's photos of the subject property, the general business use. These are the surrounding area properties. They are comprised of general limited commercial uses along Dorchester Road. To the east and west of the subject property are B2 zone properties, including some B2 and B1 zone properties that are directly adjacent to the Fireside Townhomes, which are located to the north of the subject property. Staff's recommendation is approval based on the following. The mixed-use corridor designation supports a combination of multifamily, commercial, office, retail, and light industrial uses. Given the subject property's location along a major transportation corridor, the proximity to other general business uses, and the support of the comprehensive plan, staff is recommending approval of the proposed rezoning of the property from B1 limited business to B2 general business.
Applicant here? Again, this is a public hearing. We do have a couple of folks signed up to speak tonight. The first name, I'm not gonna pronounce your last name because I think I'll mess it up. But
Yes.
did you wanna speak to this?
Yes, my name's Rhonda Pereira. I live at 8576 Kennestone Lane in the Whitehall subdivision. Been there since the house was built decades ago. And I originally came for 8710, but I'm interested in 7980 also. So Chairperson Bellamy, commission members, the community appreciates your decision to not deny the 8710 Dorchester rezoning application. However, there will be numerous future applications presented to you for rezoning approval. We represent residents in the area and come here tonight to help you understand their concerns. We understand that we have a gem of a community in North Charleston, Dorchester corridor. and realize that eventually it will be developed, as none of us have the financial means to purchase these plots. What we are requesting is for you to make smart decisions regarding development for the residents in North Charleston. We do not want our area turned into a concrete neon jungle. Developers want the land until it is destroyed and then they move on. Residents in the area did not want for any goods or services before they came here, and wanting to rezone for a business so that their business or development will not benefit any residents in the area. Buildings are constructed by people from out of state here only to make a profit. We live, work, and go to school here. This is our home. This is South Carolina. There's only a couple plots of green space left on Dorchester Road. We were here before all this and will be here afterwards. Kindly consider how these applications would truly benefit the community, the residents, and North Charleston. And if not, that should be grounds for denial. Applicants consider locating to an already established property in North Charleston, rather than always breaking new ground. There's properties out there that need new ownership, that already have infrastructure, have sewer. Consider utilizing, reusing, and repurposing those areas. Thank you for your time. It's been long overdue hearing from the community you serve, but this is how we feel. Thank you very much.
May I ask a question? She mentioned 8710. Okay.
And 79E.
That's the one that was.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm Richard Hayes, and I represent Coosaw Creek, the HOA, and the 600 residents there. First, we totally support what Rhonda said. And also, we worked diligently 10, 15 years ago with city planners for the Dorchester corridor. You know, and we designated places B1, B2, R1, R2 on purpose. And going the wrong way, going from B1 to B2 is just going the wrong way on Dorchester. We do not need that. We don't have any reason why we should change it from B1 to B2, just that someone asked for it. And it's going the wrong way. We're going to further manufacture and develop on Dorchester Road in the middle of a residential area. That does not make any sense. So because and I mean we, us and the zoning and the city and the county spent long times working this zoning metro on Dorchester corridor. There's no reason here to change it from B1 to B2, which is going the wrong way. And so the 600 residents of Coosaw Creek certainly support denying this request. Thank you.
Diane.
I'm Diane of 216 Old Dominion Drive, North Charleston. And I totally agree with everything that has already been said, but there's one thing I'd like to add to this. The fact, how is the public supposed to know about this? This little tiny sign sitting on the side of the road that's got 50 to 60 words on it, you're supposed to be going past the road at 50 miles an hour. You can't read that. Dorchester Road is so congested now, the last thing we need is more congestion. And it just so happened one day we were very congested, and I took a picture of this sign, and I went home and I read it. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is next week. This is the first we've heard of this, so how is the general public supposed to know about these things? And what can we do in advance to be made more aware and to make our voices heard better? Thank you.
I guess I could address that. You know, we publish public notices in the newspaper, in the Post and Courier. Our website has our agendas online. So if you're interested, this is the venue. Planning Commission is where rezonings go to be heard. This is where public hearings are held for those types of things that may affect you and your neighborhoods. So if you're interested, that's the best thing to do is check the newspaper, check the city's website, watch for the signs. That's the legally mandated requirements as established by the state enabling legislation for planning and zoning. And we're meeting the requirements. So I just, if you're interested in getting more information, those are the places you can go to obtain the notices for public notice. And we do email the agendas out to the neighborhood presidents. So if you're interested, you can get involved with your neighborhood community groups, and the neighborhood presidents should disseminate that information to their email list as well.
I don't live in Charleston County yet, would I still be allowed to do that?
Yeah, if you're a resident of the city of North Charleston and you have a neighborhood community, you can sign up for that information. And as I said, the city's website is the best resource for that information.
I'm in Archdale, which is Dorchester County.
Understood,
It has nothing
and
to do with the city.
you can still go to the website.
I don't have any other names listed to speak, but it is still a public hearing if anyone else wishes to comment on this one item.
Dan Sverchek, I'm also Coosaw Creek representative, and we oppose the rezoning.
1 second. Spell your last name for me.
Sverchek, S-V-R-C-E-K,
Okay. What's your address, sir?
4208 Sawgrass Drive, North Charleston.
Thank you.
I echo Richard Hayes' comments, and we oppose the rezoning of this particular parcel.
Sir. Do we have any other participants that wish to speak on this one item?
Yes, sir, Dale Linker, 216 Old Dominion Drive. Can you explain, I'm not that much up on planning and zoning, but what is happening to the 8710, is that, it's been rezoned from what?
Well, 8710 has been removed, so that's not the item that's talking about.
So why has it been removed?
At the request
At
of
the
the
request of
applicant.
the applicant.
So all that new water and sewer lines put in, or just?
Something to that. Thank you, bro. Do you have anyone else that wishes to speak on this one item? Seeing no shuffling feet, we will close the floor and entertain a motion from staff. I'm sorry, did I see a hand?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I have a question. I don't know if y'all have discussed this yet, but I live in Regent's Green, which is in part of Kings Grant, or we're in Kings Grant. We are we're not part of City of North Charleston, Somerville, we are Dorchester. We got notices, some of our townhouses got notices about rezoning.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, Art, can you please give your name and your address?
I'm sorry, Beth, Maine, 805 Reserve Way.
Okay, did y'all get that?
805
Reserve lane.
Reserve.
And if
And
this is the
and
same
ma'am,
rezoning issue
ma'am,
that we're
excuse
gonna
me,
be having,
ma'am, excuse me,
it's not gonna work.
are you talking about 7890 Dorchester? Or are you speaking about a different property?
I think I'm speaking about 95 something, by the way.
We haven't reached to that one.
We haven't gotten to that one
Oh,
yet.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome to
Thank you.
speak when we get to that item.
Seeing none, commissioners, still entertain a motion.
Actually, I have a question, but I don't really know who to.
Gotta get them.
Yeah, do the motion first.
I move to agree with the staff recommendation on this.
Is there a second? Second. Discussion.
Yes, I understand the folks that stood up and spoke, they're a little further down the corridor and they're not in the immediate area. But does anybody know whether the applicant reached out to any of the surrounding neighborhoods to speak with you guys in regards to this?
Discussion from the commission.
Just also address Mr. Crawford, I'm also with the HOA in a neighborhood in Patriot Boulevard as well, and we were not notified as well, so just to reiterate. Based on this big statement, based on the zoning, I do agree that zoning for this would make sense. But based on its surrounding zoning, I do agree that Dorchester's traffic is getting increasingly worse. Do business, I know that there is plans to expand Dorchester, taking out of removing what is being developed just strictly as the zoning, it would make sense to fill in that parcel to make it B2.
Ready to vote?
Alright, the motion on the floor is a recommendation of approval of the rezoning of 7890 Dorchester Road from B1 limited business to B2 general business. Mr. Bellamy? Oh wait, sorry.
It's been a long time.
I know it. Mr. Crawford?
Aye, for approval.
Mr. Fife?
Aye.
Mr. Mazik?
Aye.
Mr. Here, Mr. Monteith?
Nope.
Miss Reed? Mr. Sharp?
Aye.
And Mr. Bellamy?
Nay.
So that is 4-3 to approve. That motion carries. This item will be forwarded to the mayor and council with the next opportunity for public input at the Public Safety Committee of City Council on June 18th. That meeting is held in this room on that date at 5.
Next item on the agenda, 1935 Burton Lane.
Next item is a proposed rezoning of the property addressed as 1935 Burton Lane, Charleston County TMS number 466-03-00092 from R1 single family residential to R2 multifamily residential in Council District 10. You can see the property here highlighted in blue on Burton Lane. Is currently a vacant lot. See the zoning here, the light yellow represents the R1 single family residential zoning. The red represents B2, general business. The subject property is designated traditional neighborhood development within the mixed-use corridor of Sproul Avenue. Traditional neighborhood designation is applied to areas of the city to provide for higher density neighborhoods with smaller lots and a mix of housing types. Multifamily uses are an appropriate use when in proximity to mixed-use corridors. The mixed-use corridor designation is intended to provide for commercial, retail, office, and higher density housing adjacent to principal transportation corridors. These areas are intended to promote development of a mix of uses that will enhance access to a wider range of services for nearby neighborhoods. Again, the crosshatch on the map represents the mixed-use corridor. You can see the blue outlining the subject property. Subject parcel is a vacant lot in an area mainly developed for single-family homes. You can see vacant lot and the public notice sign. The area is developed with a mix of residential types and commercial business properties. Given the subject property's location in proximity to principal transportation corridors, the neighborhood's mixed residential development, and the support from the comprehensive plan, staff is recommending of approval of the proposed rezoning from R1 single-family residential to R2 multifamily residential.
Alright, commissioners have any questions for staff? Is the applicant here?
Yes, sir. My name is Kurt Oberly. I reside at 628 Seaward Drive, Charleston, South Carolina. I have worked extensively with the neighborhood and the neighborhood association over the last year and a half, coming up with a plan that was an agreement with the neighborhood members for this, and this is how we chose to go forward with, which is R2. Craig Logan, our neighborhood association chairman, unfortunately wasn't able to make it today, but he did ask me to reiterate to you all that the neighborhood association is in favor of this.
This is a public hearing. I have one individual signed up to speak on this one issue. Is it Luke?
Luke Plessinger, yes, sir.
Was your hand right?
I can read my handwriting. I operate a business right on that map in the B2 red over there. I support this. I've been a member to the neighborhood association meetings. This has been discussed multiple times through multiple leaders of the board. I think Mr. Oberle's brought the neighborhood out to the site multiple times. I look forward to something happening on that lot. As far as our neighborhood right there, additional housing is needed. And I think this is a great option. Thank you.
Sorry, commissioners, I skipped you. Does any of the commissioners have any questions for the applicant? Okay. Mr. Bessinger was the only person I had signed up for this one property, but it is a public hearing. Does anyone else wish to speak on this one property? Seeing none, all right. We will entertain a motion from
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve staff's recommendation for approval.
we have a second.
I second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, ready to vote?
Motion on the floor is a motion of approval of the proposed rezoning of 1935 Burton Lane from R1 single-family residential to R2 multifamily residential, Council District 10. Mr. Crawford?
Aye.
Mr. Fife?
Aye.
Mr. Mazik?
Aye.
Mr. Monteith?
Aye.
Ms. Reed?
Aye.
And Mr. Sharf?
Aye.
And Mr. Bellamy?
Aye.
Alright, that is 7-0, it's unanimous recommendation of approval. This item will be forwarded to the mayor and council with the next opportunity for public input at the Public Safety Committee of City Council on June 18th at 5:30 p.m.
Next item, 9650 Dorchester Road.
Next item is a proposed rezoning of the property addressed as 9650 Dorchester Road, Dorchester County TMS number 17100000218 from B2 General Business to R1 and R1 Single Family to PDD Planned Development District, Coosaw Crossing in Council District 9. Subject property can be seen here highlighted in blue on Dorchester Road, adjacent to the Lowe's Home Improvement Store. See the zoning on the map here. The B2 again represents general business. The light yellow is R1. Subject property is designated as suburban residential within the mixed-use corridor of Dorchester Road. The suburban residential designation is applied to areas where the city intends to sustain lower density neighborhoods, multifamily development and commercial uses in proximity to designated mixed-use corridor and future land use areas are compatible with the suburban residential designation areas as well. Appropriate land uses include single-family residential housing, manufactured homes, open space, civic and recreation facilities, and mixed uses depending on the surrounding uses. Mixed-use corridor designation is intended to provide for commercial, retail, office, and higher density housing adjacent to principal transportation corridors throughout the city. These areas are intended to promote the development of mixed uses that will enhance access to a wider range of services for nearby neighborhoods. Again, the entire property is within the mixed-use corridor is designated by the orange crosshatch on the map. Subject parcel is currently in undeveloped and wooded lots on Dorchester Road. Land use in the area is a mixture of single-family homes, general commercial uses, and wooded undeveloped lots. The property directly to the north of the subject parcels are undeveloped wooded lots. To the east is mostly undeveloped wooded land, and to the west is the Lowe's Home Improvement Center. To the south is the Kings Grant subdivision, a 428 lot single-family community. The proposal is for a planned development district. That planned development district would include two different land uses. There would be a residential component and a commercial component, as well as a new right-of-way within the main access being Dorchester Road. Let's see here, the commercial component adjacent to the Lowe's already developed on the corner, and the blue would represent the the residential development within the planned development district. As the proposed land uses and master plan of the planned development is consistent with the surrounding existing land uses as well as is consistent with the comprehensive plan, staff is recommending approval of the proposed rezoning from B2 general business and R1 single family residential to PDD planned development district Coosaw Creek.
Thank you. Commissioners have any questions for staff?
This is in regards to the development of the area. I know North Charleston is already planning to widen or has plans for future widening of Dorchester Road. Didn't Dorchester County refuse the widening of the northern part next to past the Walmart? So like, are we still at that halt?
There are multiple plans, and they have to determine how they are going to address further up on Dorchester.
They're pretty much still at a halt though with.
I am unaware of their progress. I know from the Charleston County line that they have the plans and generally those align, but they do need to address further north on Dorchester. And that plan is being formulated.
Any other questions for staff?
I have a question, Mr. Chair. It mentions the variations of zoning and subdivision ordinances, and it mentions that the PD varies section 5.2 to waive the requirement for rear yards of townhome units to be individually enclosed by a fence or a wall. Maybe you can't answer this, maybe this is better for the applicant. What is the purpose of, what is the benefit of removing that waiver?
Off the top of my head, so that section, we have, apologize. Morgan, would you be able to answer that question, why that section was,
And the applicant is here so they can speak, but I'll answer any technical
Okay.
questions,
Uh,
if that's okay.
either one of you, if you could address that specifically?
Yeah, so the main reason is to make it optional because the whole back line of the property, which is where the majority of the townhomes would be, the amenity center would be more central to the site. So that whole like kind of jagged edge back line is wetlands that are protected in a conservation easement forever. So really it's just to keep the flexibility, because some people, there's plans for potentially like a trail, walking trail, something like that back there. So really it's just to leave it optional. Some people might like having like a wetland in the backyard, you know, like a forested area. So it's not to say that there can't be fences or walls, but it's just optional. It leaves flexibility.
It won't be required, but it's optional, so you could.
Yeah, so residents there could be fences. Majority of the townhomes are kind of situated over the backs, at least that's the plan for now, are on the wetlands, creates like a nice view. So you wouldn't necessarily want to use that in. But you could, it doesn't preclude you. Yes, sir.
Is that the side that backs up into Oak Forest subdivision? Off of Oak Forest Boulevard? I'm trying to orient this.
It's like next to Lowe's.
Right.
Yeah, Westcott.
Oak Forest should be
Right,
right behind it.
Westcott, yeah, so you got Westcott Boulevard there.
So all the like area between the
So Forest up the, oh,
lots,
got it, okay.
all
Okay.
wetlands,
Gotcha,
it's protected and even.
I could open that up.
It's right on.
Oh, okay.
I should expand on here.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Any other questions for staff? Is the applicant here?
David Abers, NADG, on behalf of the applicant. I think Morgan hit that point pretty well. We've done a handful of these developments over the country.
I'm sorry, can you come up? I can barely hear you.
Sorry about that. David Abers, NADG, on behalf of the applicant. The reason we really leave that optional is because it really ends up being personal preference. We've done a handful of communities around the country where certain people want to back up to open space, whereas if you have, kids or a dog, you likely want some sort of fence. So beyond that, happy to answer any questions. Just very quickly on the company, we've been in business for almost 50 years. Founded actually in Toronto, Canada. Now our headquarters is in West Palm Beach, Florida, where I sit. 6 offices across the US. And I think, one of the biggest concerns when it comes to developments like this is just verifying that this will not be apartments. So I know that's a controversial topic. We do apartments across the country, but we also do a lot of lot development, single family homes and townhomes, which is what this intended use is. And then, we've been working on this with our council member for, let's say, all of 6 years, just after COVID started. And we, realized there was a use for a, restaurant type use on an out parcel. So we're gonna do everything we can to bring that to fruition. We own 19 million square feet of retail across North America. So, with those relationships, we hope we can bring a use that the neighborhood can get excited about. And just quickly, how we got to this land is we bought the corner at Westcott in 2012. So we've been in the market, for over a decade. We have actually since sold that, but we retained this land here with the hopes that we can, do something unique here. And then the last comment I'll make before, leaving to you guys with any questions is, in my mind, this is somewhat of a down zoning. So by right, you can actually do retail uses, which certainly would bring in more traffic. But because, a lot of the concerns we've heard over the years, we wanted to do something lower density. And with that out parcel, try and bring something that, we hope the community would support and get behind.
So are you guys factoring in the traffic situation right now?
Yeah, so on our
and I'm gonna tell you exactly why I'm saying that, because I live in Oak Forest, right? So I deal with that every single day, driving 8 miles, and it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to get to where I'm going. And I've been living there since 2011, so I'm not seeing anything change.
I hear you. Those projects take probably longer than they should.
Yeah.
In our site plan, we have factored in the preliminary plan for the Dorchester Road widening and expansion. And whatever we can do to bring that to fruition, obviously we will help out because we understand that is important. And, candidly, a big issue right now along Dorchester. So we get it.
Yeah, and the second piece of that, and I'm sorry if I'm taking up too much time, but there's another development inside of Westcott that we were told the same thing. It was gonna be single family homes, well, not single family homes, but they built some townhouses that were gonna be, you know.
Just to the north of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then somebody came in and bought the whole thing and then made them apartments.
We are, sorry, was that, Mr. Fyfe, did you have a question, or y'all just?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if this is gonna be
No,
something
we do a lot of
similar.
lot development, and primarily it's in Tennessee, and we've done a little bit around here, and then actually in southwest Denver, so we are not building apartments here. We're building, you know, townhomes, they'll be on separate lots, so the intent obviously is to sell those and, you know, create more housing, and kinda, I think, different housing than what exists. Obviously, the single family homes get a little bit more expensive, so we kinda like to be in that sweet spot, you know, between smaller rental housing and then obviously the larger portions.
Sorry, spell me.
That's my first day.
I know, right?
If there's any other questions for the applicant?
I was just gonna add on your traffic question too, we did work with the city planning staff to make it a requirement that we do a traffic study that the city kind of oversees and manages before any development can happen, so that's written in there too.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Any other questions for the applicants? Alright, hearing none. This is an open public hearing. I do have a couple of folks signed up to speak for this item. I can't see the first name really, but Fleming is the second, the last name.
Hi,
Are you Miss Fleming?
I'm Beth May, once again, I live in 805 Reserve Way in Regent Green Townhouses, which is across the street from all this. I wanna know why 10 of our buildings got picked for this and the others didn't. What I don't understand is, how is this gonna affect us? We're across the road, other than people, more traffic on Dorchester. I mean, what is PPD?
Yes, ma'am. So, part of the public hearing notice that we provide is to adjacent or neighboring communities. Your property was a neighboring community. And so we went above and beyond and sent letters to those property owners to let you guys know of this proposed development, just to notify you of what's coming in the radius of your community.
So, that's fine, but what we're worried about is that somebody's gonna come take that front area of our property. And we're a little nervous about it. I mean, we've been there a while now, over 30-something years.
Yeah, this won't do that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I still don't like the fact that they're gonna be building all that across the street. We have terrible traffic in Kings Grant, cut through from Dorchester Road. Terrible. And we have yet to get that satisfied. I mean, if you drive down Farrington, or if you're walking down Farrington at 4 o'clock, forget it. It is not safe.
Can you verify your address for me again? I wanna make sure I have it right. 805, what was the rest of it?
It's 805 Reserve Way.
Reserve Way, thank you.
It's a 56 townhome units
Thank you.
in Kings Grant.
Ms. Fleming?
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is June Fleming. I live at 8584 Kennestone Lane, North Charleston. That is in Whitehall, which is within a mile or so from this lot. Without getting too personal, I want to tell you a little bit about who I am. I've lived here my whole life. My husband and I moved to this Dorchester area 30-something years ago. And I'm trying to set a timer so I can respect y'all's time. And so we've seen the area go through a ton of changes. And the area that we're speaking about, that's where traffic is the worst. Now, I have an answer for you on the development, the expansion of Dorchester Road. I spoke to the council, Dorchester County Council gentleman. before I came here asking about that, and he said it's expected to happen within a couple of years. I'm also on the Dorchester County Transportation Commission, so I kind of keep my ear to the grindstone. I also live in the area and work in downtown Charleston, and in the 15 years that I've been working, I can tell you in the last 5 years, my commute has gone from 40 minutes to over an hour every day, sometimes 2. And I was told that traffic shouldn't factor in, and I can't quantify that for you. I can tell you that in this area, traffic count has increased roughly 23% in the last 3 years, 30% in the last 5 years. Now, that's a drop in the bucket compared to some of the other places, but let's keep it low, right? I've also been told that usually development happens and then the infrastructure comes. 2 years, guys, 2 years, the roads are gonna be widened. Can we revisit this planning development then? The concern, I don't have a problem with developers making money. I appreciate where you're coming from. I've made my living in the architecture and commercial real estate industries. So if I can't change it, I'm gonna make money off of it, right? So I get that mindset. And I appreciate the gentleman, the civil engineer that ran the numbers, and everything I'm sure makes sense, probably from a number standpoint. I want to give you something that's a little bit more difficult to qualify. And
3 minutes.
that's 3 minutes, okay. That's community. If I could real quickly say, we need small businesses. We have a ton of development already in the area, a 300 unit in front of our neighborhood, townhomes developed in between there and Whitehall. We need small businesses. We do not need more residential development in that area, please. If the percentage is 50% residential, if y'all can work out a plan, an amendment to decrease that to a lower percentage, it would benefit the community. And I apologize, I ran over, but thank you for your
Ms.
time.
Fleming. Dan.
Thank you for the opportunity to address you. I represent Cusco Creek community, which is just down the road, Dorchester Road, from this proposed development. And I'm here to tell you that we oppose any increase in residential housing along the Dorchester corridor. And this will probably increase the residential housing as compared to R1. So we're opposed to that, and until the state and the county does something about Dorchester Road and the traffic, Cusco Creek's opposed to any increase in residential housing other than what's already been approved by zoning on the Dorchester corridor zoning map. Thank you.
There was a third name that was signed up, I think last name Ramsey, but I can't tell if it's crossed out. Change your mind?
That was a mistake.
Say, okay. It is still a public hearing. If anyone else wishes to speak on this item, so do so.
Rhonda Pereira again. I have a question for the applicant. Have you?
Oh, ma'am, yeah, that period is over. You guys are welcome to get together after it's over. You can ask your questions with the applicant whenever we're done. But
Yeah, it's low lying area right into the Ashley River, and water quality is a big, we got flooding in this area too.
thank you,
It's a
ma'am.
big concern.
Does anyone else wish to speak on this one? Two quick, I see 2 hands, okay. Ma'am in the white shirt?
Debbie Fulcher.
I live at 5537 Gallatin Lane in Whitehall. My question is, with the increase in this housing, what about schools? Schools are already overcrowded. Dorchester Road development needs to occur before we build any more housing, any more developments. We need to fix the roads before we keep building new things. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you.
to agree with her, cause I was gonna bring it in school.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm sorry, Diane Linker, 216 Old Dominion Drive,
Can you spell your last name for me?
Linker.
And what was the address again?
216 Old Dominion
Old
Drive.
Dominion Drive. Thank you. Okay.
We've said we studied the traffic. I cannot imagine doing anything to add more development to Dorchester Road. It takes, from Dorchester Road to get from my house in Archdale to Trolley Road, it can take 40 minutes. It used to take 10 minutes. It's, the schools are bursting at the seams. Can you imagine what's gonna happen to traffic? We got school buses. It just makes no sense to do anything until, could be wrong, but I don't think it's been really decided exactly what's gonna happen on Dorchester Road. Are we gonna have a flyover? We are gonna have a flyover?
It depends on funding.
Exactly, so we don't know.
Conversation.
Okay, so if we have a flyover, things can get better. But if they're just gonna widen that road, it's not gonna change all that much. It's truly not. If you drive that road every day, and I do, it's crazy. And the thought of putting in more housing is just, it's off the charts. It just makes no sense. Thank you.
This is still a public hearing. Does anyone else wish to speak on this one item? Seeing no. Alright. We'll close the floor to the public portion and entertain a motion from commissioners.
Motion to deny staff's recommendation.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, discussion.
So if I can say, so I as well live in this area. I like the idea of developments coming in. I think Ms. Fleming said it very well that it would probably be wiser for something like this to be delayed. Weber Boulevard has already been at capacity. I know my commute has increased in the last 3 years from about 40 minutes to about 2 hours to get downtown. I do know Dorchester Road backs up at 2 o'clock. To agree that rezoning this to R1 at the moment would most likely significantly increase traffic, especially if we keep increasing residential communities along Dorchester Road. The access points being on Dorchester Road for me personally are a concern. It's not built again within Patriot or within Westcott. For that reason, my recommendation would be to deny.
Any other discussion?
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I mean, again, I've been here for 15 years or more, and it's just incredible to watch the traffic going down Dorchester Road at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's back to back and stop and go. So we definitely need to do something with the roads. I agree. I'm all about growth, but you got to fix the infrastructure first.
Any other discussion? Ready to vote?
So the motion on the floor is a recommendation of denial of the proposed rezoning of the property address at 9650 Dorchester Road from R1 and B2 to PDD Plan Development District. Mr. Crawford,
Aye for denial.
Mr. Fife,
Aye for denial.
Mr. Mazik,
Aye for denial.
Mr. Monteith,
Aye.
Ms. Reed,
Aye.
Mr. Crowe,
For denial.
and Mr. Bellamy.
Aye.
7-0 unanimous for making a recommendation of denial, and this item will also be forwarded to the mayor and council. Next opportunity for public input at the Public Safety Committee of City Council on June 18th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
item on the agenda, proposed variance.
Next item on the agenda is a proposed variance, chapter 18, article 4, section 18-40, paragraph A of the subdivision regulations of the city of North Charleston regarding the lot area, lot width, and street frontage for the property addressed as 2058 Comstock Avenue, Charleston County, TMS 46608000041. Property can be seen here highlighted in green at the intersection of Adams and Comstock, and also at Beach. It's currently a vacant, undeveloped lot. Property is currently zoned ON, which is neighborhood office. The applicant is proposing to reestablish the original lot lines within the Charleston County TMS. These lots would be non-conforming to the ON neighborhood office lot standards. The proposed plat depicts the subdivision lots with a width averaging 25 feet. The average lot size for the neighborhood office lots within this area is 3,578 square feet. So let's see if this helps. Be returning it back to the original lot sizes that are part of the. So the subject property is zoned ON, neighborhood office, and is designated as traditional neighborhood development within a mixed-use node. This designation, as recommended by the comprehensive plan, is applied to areas of the city to sustain higher density neighborhoods with smaller lots and a mix of housing types, as well as to encourage compact, walkable, mixed-use district centers within a short walk from transit stations. The variance, if granted, would be supported by the recommendations adopted in the comprehensive plan. The staff believes the required findings to grant the variance are merited. Staff recommends contingent approval of the requested subdivision variance contingent on the rezoning of the properties from ON neighborhood office to R1 single family residential. It's not a public hearing, but yes, the applicant can speak on.
The commissioners have any questions for staff? Is the applicant here?
Yes, sir. Chris Ramsey, a representative of Northway Homes. And like gentleman just said, we would like to bring these lots back to their original shape, which would be consistent with the rest of the neighborhood. And we are looking to develop single family housing that would also be consistent with the rest of the neighborhood. That's going on over there.
Commissioners have any questions for the applicant?
I motion that we accept staff's recommendation, contingent on the approval.
You have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion?
Motion on the floor is a recommendation of contingent approval for the subdivision variance regarding lot area, lot width, and street frontage for the property addressed as 2058 Comstock. Mr. Crawford? Aye. Mr. Fife?
Aye.
Mr. Mazik?
Aye.
Mr. Monteith?
Aye.
Ms. Reed? Mr. Sharp?
Aye.
And Mr. Bellamy?
Aye.
This next item. Still on the agenda, so 1941 Baker Street, which is on the agenda, was also withdrawn, not withdrawn, deferred until the June 8th meeting. So time.
You guys hear that one?
Yep.
1941 Baker Street's been deferred. Alright. Next item, Helm Avenue.
This is a proposed variance to chapter 18, article 4, section 18-40, paragraph A of the subdivision regulations of the city of North Charleston regarding the lot area and lot width for the properties addressed as 2164 and 2168 Helm Avenue, Charleston County TMS numbers 470, 14000068 and 069. See the subject properties here, highlighted in green. The request is to straighten out the flag lot and create 2 parcels. Properties are currently zoned B2 General Business on Helm Avenue. As I stated, the applicant is proposing to reestablish the original lot lines within Charleston County, these lots. These lots would be non-conforming to the B2 General Business lot standards. The average lot size for the commercial lots within this area is 4,579 square feet, and the average width is 55 feet. The proposed plat depicts the subdivided lots with a width averaging 30 feet. The average lot size for the commercial lots within the area is 4,579 square feet, and the average width is 55 feet. So the line would go from here to straight down the middle here to reestablish what was previously done before. The subject property is zone B2 General Business and is designated as traditional neighborhood development within a mixed-use node. This designation, as recommended from the comprehensive plan, is designated to sustain higher density neighborhoods with smaller lots and a mix of housing types, as well as encourage compact mixed-use districts, distinct centers within a short walk of transit stations. The variance, if granted, would be supported by the recommendations adopted in the comprehensive plan. Staff believes the required findings to grant the variances are merited. Staff recommends approval of the requested subdivision variance.
Is the applicant here?
John Rice, ready to state my address. So wanted to thank you guys for reviewing this, considering it. Like you mentioned, we're just looking to reinstate some legacy lot lines to fit in with the rest of the street on Helm, with a lot of what they're doing there with 30-foot wide lots. Also looking to get rid of some older trailers and put in some new single-family housing. So appreciate your approval and your consideration.
Any questions for the applicant? Questions for staff? No? Sure. Positive?
Absolutely.
All right, we will entertain a motion.
A motion we accept staff's recommendation.
I'll second it.
Motion in a second. Any discussion? Still there. Okay. We ready to vote?
We are, sir.
So the motion on the floor is a recommendation to approve the requested subdivision variance for lot area and lot width for the property addressed as 1941 Baker Street.
That's Helm.
Oh,
2161.
I'm reading the wrong one. That's my fault.
It's 2164.
21, yes, I apologize. Should pay attention to it. Again, this is recommendation for approval of the subdivision variance regarding lot area and lot width for the property's address is 2164 and 2168 Helm Avenue. Mr. Crawford?
Aye.
Mr. Five?
Aye.
Mr. Mazik?
Aye.
Mr. Monteith?
Aye.
Mrs. Reed?
Aye.
Mr. Sharp?
Aye.
And Mr. Bellamy?
Aye.
Alright, that motion carries, it's approved unanimously.
Next item is a proposed variance on Kingsworth.
Alright. Proposed variance to chapter 18, article 4, section 15-40, paragraph A of the subdivision regulations of the city of North Charleston regarding the lot area. Width for the properties addressed as 2002 Kingsworth Avenue and 2211 Cosmopolitan Avenue. Charleston County TMS numbers 466-1600040 and 061. See the properties highlighted in here. Currently the properties are zoned R2, multifamily residential, and they are developed with a small multifamily residential complex. The applicant is proposing to reestablish the original lot lines within Charleston County on the property. These lots would be non-conforming to the R2 multifamily residential lot standards. The proposed plat depicts the subdivided lots with a width averaging 29 feet. The average lot size for the residential lots within this area is 2,965 square feet. Subject property is zoned R2 multifamily residential and is designated as traditional neighborhood development within the mixed-use corridors for Full Avenue and mixed-use node. This designation as recommended from the comprehensive plan is to sustain higher density neighborhoods with smaller lots and a mix of housing types, as well as encourage compact walkable mixed-use district centers within a short walk from transit stations. The variance, if granted, would be supported by the recommendations adopted in the comprehensive plan. Staff believes the required findings to grant the variance are merited. Staff recommends approval of the requested subdivision variance.
Commissioners have any questions for staff? Is the applicant here?
I own the larger parcel, and these gentlemen here own the smaller one. Dave Friedman, I'm sorry. And I obtained the larger parcel about 2 years ago, and there was a very dilapidated apartment building on there with another separate building that was beyond restorable. It was going to fall over. You couldn't restore it. The foundation was shot. Anyway, so I tore it down, and what we're looking to do is restore the original lot lines here, just so we can have some semblance of good use for the neighborhood and community, and add some single-family homes in, and opposed to having these awkward, smaller parcels and irregular lot lines that don't serve the community. So that's the purpose of it.
Questions for the applicant?
I have a question, though. That little small section next to it, is that part of the one smaller,
The green one or the non-green one?
non-green one?
No, the one on the corner is not part of
Okay. That's fine. I just was wondering, cause I see it here is marked as orange.
it. Yeah, it's not.
One more lot.
Yeah, it's an additional lot that somebody else owns.
Any other questions? Entertain a motion.
I move to approve the staff recommendation.
Second. Motion and a second. Any discussion? Ready to vote?
Motion on the floor is recommendation of approval for the requested subdivision variance for lot width, area, and frontage for the properties at 2002 Kingsworth Avenue and 2211 Cosmopolitan Avenue. Mr. Crawford?
Aye.
Mr. Fife?
Aye.
Mr. Mazik?
Aye.
Mr. Monteith?
Aye.
Ms. Reed? Mr. Sharp.
Aye.
And Mr. Bellamy.
Aye.
That item was unanimous for approval, 7-0.
Next item on the agenda, text amendments.
Next item is the zoning text amendment, which is an ordinance amending sections 7-7.7 to 7.2 and 7.8, and adding section 7.9 of the zoning regulations of the city of North Charleston to clarify zoning map and zoning text amendment requirements, as well as to establish a planning and zoning department fee schedule. Text amendments proposed is a new fee schedule for the planning and zoning department. In addition to permits, the department processes variance requests, rezoning applications, plats, zoning verification letters, and other items. Of the items processed, currently only 2 are charged a processing fee. Rezonings and variance requests have a $75 fee that was incorporated to cover the cost of advertising. New plan development districts and PDD amendments are subject to the same $75 fee for a rezoning, despite being more administratively complex. After reviewing nearby jurisdictions' fees, there is a chart on the page. Staff has proposed for consideration a fee schedule which consolidates existing fees into one section, revises some of the fees, and also establishes new fees for items for which no fees are currently collected, zoning verification letters and plats. Staff also proposes minor amendments to section 7-7.2 with regard to the zoning board of appeals and section 7-8 to clarify the rezoning process and timeframes. Staff's recommendation is approval for the fee table as shown here. Now, this is not the fee table, this is the comparative table. And as you can see, our current fees are significantly lower, are significantly lower than almost all, if not all, of the adjacent jurisdictions. And we are currently charging no fee for a number of items in which other jurisdictions charge any fee for that. So we're trying to just cover some of that processing time to this has gone up, et cetera, costs to do that work. So this is the proposal at hand to go forward for your review.
Any questions?
The ones that you have down at the bottom in gray, are there no fee, and you say no changes proposed, are there any fees for that currently? For those?
There are, so we're not proposing changes to any of these ones listed down here. So tree mitigation, tree impact analysis, street renaming requests, sidewalk cafes, short-term rental permit renewal and rental permit, those were established under the short-term rental ordinance, and fireworks sales, those are all seen here. The official fee schedule, and because they had previously existed, we had no intent to make changes to those fees.
Questions? I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to accept staff's recommendation for approval.
A motion, do we have a second?
Second the motion.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Are we ready to vote?
Right, the motion on the floor is a recommendation of approval for the proposed zoning text amendment to establish a planning and zoning department fee schedule. Mr. Crawford,
Aye.
Mr. Fife,
Aye.
Mr. Mazik,
Aye.
Mr. Monteith,
Aye.
Ms. Reed, Mr. Sharp,
Aye.
and Mr. Bellamy.
Aye.
That's unanimous, recommendation of approval, that text amendment. Yep, and that gets forwarded as well to the June 18th committee meeting, 5:30 in this room.
Alrighty, that concludes all of our official business. We can take a look at the summary of actions taken by city council at its meeting on April 9th, 23rd. Questions or comments from commission? Staff?
I have no additional comments outside of what I already did with the UDO. Please come out.
Alright.
Looking for staff really fast. I might have missed it. Can you forward this to us in the PDF as well?
Yes, that will be forwarded to you guys tomorrow morning. You'll have the PDF version so you can share with your communities.
One last comment, good job.
Thank you.
Excellent job.
Alright.
Bellamy stopping me like that.
Hey man, you just ran off the rails,
I
man.
know. I got a little passionate, man.
It's like, is this the newbie on the block? Substitute teacher? You just think you can do what you wanna do?
Run over.
Oh, he's just a sub.
Toughening you up for the ones to come.